What's going on, Deshaun Drummond? The name of this video, Don't Fight the Calling. Very, very important. If you're doing anything right now, cut it out. You're going to want to spend a couple minutes with me because this is critical. I pray that you receive it. Don't fight the calling. You have to know. We're talking about finances here. That's the thing. We're talking about wealth. We're talking about what God has called you to do as a Christian, to be able to give back, to be able to be a blessing to others, to be able to have more than enough, to be able to be the lender to many, borrow from none. Don't fight the calling. I encourage you to pick up a book by the name of Rich Dad, Poor Dad by a man by the name of Robert Kiyosaki. If you've never heard of it, the whole point is, if you don't like reading, then that's fine. The whole point of the book is to give you to tap into the values. You got to know where your values are. There's 4 ways to earn income in this world. You can be an employee, you can be self-employed, you can be a business owner, you can be an investor. That's what Kiyosaki profounds on so beautifully, and he'll be able to give you, when you read that, you'll be able to see where are your desires, where are your values. If your values are to be a business owner, you'll know that. You have to know, because if you are wrestling with it, there are people out there, and I know because I was one of them, who have all the desires to be a business owner, who have all the core beliefs, the values, but they wrestle with it. They want God to confirm it more. They want God to confirm that they're actually supposed to be in business. Once you get over that, when you're moving in the area that God has called you in, you'll be like a rocket. You'll be unstoppable, because if God is for you, who can be against you? Nobody. But you have to know for yourself. If you have no desire to be a business owner, there's nothing wrong with that, because you can still be very successful in Christ working as an employee. You can be very successful. You can still leave an inheritance to your children's children. You can still be a lender to many and a borrower from none as an employee. But you have to have a vision. You have to know and you have to write the vision, because if you don't write the vision, you will perish. Where there's no vision, you're going to perish. You are going to perish. If you don't have if you feel upset right now in your life, if you're confused, if you don't know where to turn to, it's probably because you haven't taken the time out and followed Solomon's advice to write the vision and make it plain, and take it to God in prayer and say, Lord, these are the desires that you've given me. Line them up with your word. But Lord, these are my values. This is what I feel inside of me. If you have been called to be a business owner, to be an employee, whatever it is, you need to know. You need to identify it. And you need to write a vision. And I encourage you to write it. If you don't, then you might as well not watch the video. You're wasting your time, because it's going to be of no benefit to you. You're going to be, and don't be one that just watches the video and says that's a good idea and you don't do it. Because I was like that. Pick up a pen right now and and it's fun. It's fun because you're using your imagination and you're letting the Spirit of God flow through you, even if you want to pray before you start writing it. But set your income goals. You have to do that. You have to do that, because if you don't, then you'll have you have no scale to be able to look at opportunities or not. Somebody who has $100,000 vision, you don't want to suck up your time with a $30,000 opportunity. Although you may be able to eventually move to that, you want to start small. But I'm talking about, if you have the desire to be in an industry where you can make $100,000 or more, depending on whatever it is you choose, you want to look for opportunity, and God will bring it to you. If you know what you want, God will line up opportunities where you can make that money. But the people who you see, they're okay making $20,000, they're okay making $30,000, which is not a lot of money. It's very close to the poverty levels. It's not a lot of money. You need money to survive in this world, I'm telling you, and you're going to be very uncomfortable if you're working a job making $20,000, $30,000. You're going to be very uncomfortable, and you may be uncomfortable so long you become comfortable in it. That's possible too. But there are, you want to set your vision. $100,000 is not a lot of money, just to let you know. $100,000 a year is not a lot of money, and you have to start looking at it like that. When there are trillions in this world, $100,000 a year is not a lot of money for a born-again believer. It's plenty for God to bless you with and for you to use and enjoy, but it's not. It's not a lot in terms of how easy it is for God to drop something in your lap where you can be making that. You have to look at God as He owns everything. He owns every $100,000 job. He owns every $30,000 job, and He will line you up with whatever your faith can stand. So write the vision and put it out there. How much your money you want to be making, and when you want to be making it. A year from now, 2 years from now, and you have to get this up in you. Program yourself in it. And don't fight the calling. If you've been called to be an employee and you write that vision and your vision is to be making $100,000 a year, 2 years from now, let God work the rest out. Let God maneuver and bring people in your life, but you'll see that you're no longer like a ship without a rudder. That's what you are if you don't have a vision on paper. You're a ship without a rudder. You're in the ocean and the winds of life are just blowing you everywhere. Oh God, what's going on? Oh, where do I go, God? Help me. Because you don't have a vision. You don't have anything to be your anchor to say, you know what? This is what I'm going to put my time into. This is what I'm going to focus on because I know where I'm going and nobody can stop me because God is with me. That's what you have to do. Don't fight the calling. If it's a business you've been called, if you feel like in your heart you have these desires and you have core values and beliefs of a business owner, there's no doubt about it. That's your confirmation. You don't need God to confirm it again and say, God, please show me, am I supposed to be a business owner or not? Should I be feeling this way? He made you feel that way for a reason. Those are beliefs. Those are not emotions. Those are beliefs. If you have the belief that you're supposed to be a business owner and you have these ideas and you can see yourself, in business, whether it be through real estate, whether it be through, independent sales, whatever it be, whether you want to build the next social network, you want to build, a startup, whatever it is, you have to know so that you can walk with God with it. Because if God is trying to walk this way in your life and saying, hey, follow me this way, this is the road to business ownership, and you like working your job and saying, oh Lord, am I supposed to be going that way? And you know in your heart you're supposed to be going that way, you're in error, and you're gonna be like Jonah. You're gonna be in the whale's belly, and it's a frustrating place to be. It's a frustrating place to be. So stop fighting the calling. If you have no desire to be a business owner, then you can still be very successful. Make sure your financial goals are in order. Make sure you have that vision, because then you can see. You have to have that vision. Then you can look for opportunities. When God brings them to you, you can receive them. You still want to be focused on, you still want to be aware of the fact that God has made you wealthy and He intends on you to be wealthy. So in terms of investments, maybe you want to buy real estate on the side, you want to have a couple rental properties, whatever it may be, you always want to be thinking bigger. Don't look for $30,000 jobs. Forget about them. Realistically, don't even put them in your mind. I have never, since I was 17 years old, and probably before that, I've never thought about a job making $30,000 a year. When I started tithing, I started thinking at least $50,000, $60,000 a year. Lord, I got to be making this kind of money to be able to live, to be able to give. I need to be making this kind of money, Lord. And then once I saw God put that in my path, it became, Lord, I need $100,000 a year job. Lord, then I realized that the call was to be business. The call in my life was to be a business owner. So I started looking for $100,000 opportunities. That's it. $100,000 a year plus opportunities, because that's what it is. My vision is set, and nobody can come talk to me about an opportunity where I can make 30 grand on the side. It's not something I'm interested in right now. It doesn't line up with my vision. And you have to be the same way, or you will perish. You have no shot. You have no shot of success without a vision on paper. No shot. Give it up. Even if you're an employee, even if you're self-employed, if you're a business owner, investor, you have zero chance of success without a vision and a plan on paper. And don't forget, and cancel that. You don't need the plan. Write the vision first. God will bring the plan. Commit thy works to the Lord. He will establish your ways. There it is. God bless you. God bless your family. Don't fight the calling.